Imagine yourself standing in the midst of a storm of distractions, yet remaining completely unfazed. Your mind cuts through the chaos with the precision of a sword, maintaining focus despite everything happening around you. When we look at the most successful people among us, what common trait do they share? They've all mastered control over their minds, and that's exactly what we'll explore today. How to develop an unbreakable mind through the practice of mental focus. If you've ever struggled with maintaining concentration or felt frustrated by your wandering attention, you're certainly not alone. But consider this: mastering your mind doesn't require superhuman abilities. The secret to mental resilience lies in ancient wisdom, a philosophy refined over thousands of years, specifically in the principles of Stoicism. Today, we'll uncover how to unlock your mind's full potential by applying Stoic practices to sharpen your focus and permanently transform your mental landscape. Before we begin, I'd like you to write in the comments below, "My mind is my weapon." Let this serve as your personal reminder that you hold command over your focus and thoughts. Now let's dive into our exploration. Number 1, the power of mental focus. At the core of our discussion lies the immense power of mental focus. What does true concentration mean in our modern world? We're constantly bombarded by distractions, from social media notifications to overflowing inboxes to our own racing thoughts. It's incredibly easy to lose our way, to feel adrift in the currents of daily life. Yet when you can focus with absolute precision, you access capabilities that few ever experience. Mental focus forms the foundation for all achievement. It separates those who accomplish their goals from those who remain stuck in unproductive cycles. Whether you're building a business, nurturing relationships, or making important decisions, everything begins with your ability to concentrate. This is where Stoic philosophy offers invaluable insight. The Stoics recognized our minds as our most powerful tools. When properly harnessed, nothing lies beyond our potential. Your mind can serve as your greatest ally or your most formidable opponent. The difference lies entirely in where you choose to direct your attention. This kind of focus isn't just about willpower, it's about consciously commanding your attention and steering it toward what truly matters. But how does one develop this mental strength? Before we continue, I'd like you to comment below with, "I control my focus. I control my destiny." Let's begin sharpening that mental edge. Number 2, why most minds are weak and distracted. We must confront an uncomfortable truth. Most people's minds operate in a weakened, distracted state. I don't say this to criticize, but simply to state an observable fact about our modern reality. In our hyper-connected world, our attention is constantly pulled in countless directions, leaving our focus fragmented and our thoughts unclear. Why has this become our norm? Because distractions have evolved into ingrained habits within our daily lives. We've conditioned ourselves to respond compulsively to every notification, every ping, every minor interruption. Our brains have developed an addiction to constant stimulation, a phenomenon the Stoics recognized centuries ago. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's greatest Stoic thinkers, articulated this perfectly. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. When our thoughts are scattered, when our minds are perpetually divided, our lives inevitably reflect that disorder. The crucial first step toward change lies in recognizing this vulnerability. Once you understand how distractions weaken your mental faculties, you can begin reclaiming control over your attention. If this resonates with you, please comment, "I choose to control my focus. The time for transformation is now." Number 3, the Stoic principle. Control what you can, ignore what you can't. Among the foundational principles of Stoicism is this essential concept: direct your energy toward what you can influence and disregard what lies beyond your control. This timeless wisdom has endured through the centuries because of its remarkable effectiveness for cultivating mental focus. Most people waste their mental resources worrying about factors they can't change: others' opinions, unexpected events, external circumstances. This represents a profound misallocation of cognitive energy. Every moment spent fretting over the unchangeable is a moment stolen from what truly deserves your attention. As practitioners of Stoicism, we recognize that true power lies in governing our actions, thoughts, and responses, nothing more. Everything else exists outside our sphere of influence. When we fully internalize this perspective, we stop being distracted by externals and begin operating from a place of true control. The practical application is straightforward. Eliminate distractions, concentrate on immediate priorities, and refuse to let anything divert your attention. This requires the discipline to consistently distinguish between what's essential and what's irrelevant. If you're ready to embrace this philosophy, please comment, "I focus on what I can control." Let's commit to this empowering Stoic mindset together. Number 4, understanding the psychology of distractions. To truly master focus, we must examine the psychological mechanisms behind distraction. Our brains are evolutionarily wired to seek immediate rewards. Consider what happens when your phone alerts you. That dopamine release creates a pleasurable sensation, establishing a vicious cycle where the more we indulge distractions, the more our brains crave them. Psychologists call this phenomenon attention fragmentation. Each time we switch focus, we don't just lose seconds, we deplete precious cognitive resources, gradually eroding our capacity for deep concentration. This explains why focused attention has become such a rare and valuable skill in our modern world. Stoic philosophy offers powerful antidotes to this challenge. The Stoics emphasize the virtue of detachment, learning to disregard distractions that would lead us away from our purpose. Here's the fundamental truth. Your mind operates like a muscle. The more you train it to maintain focus, the stronger it becomes. The solution begins with awareness. Simply recognizing when we're distracted represents half the battle. From that point of awareness, we can consciously redirect our attention using Stoic principles. If you're prepared to liberate yourself from distractions, comment, "I control where my attention goes." This marks your first step toward true mental mastery. Number 5, how to cultivate laser-like focus using Stoic practices. Having examined why distractions prove so potent, let's explore Stoic techniques for developing unwavering concentration. The Stoics employed simple yet profoundly effective practices to discipline their minds. One essential practice is morning reflection. Before your day begins, dedicate time to center your thoughts. Consider potential challenges, but more importantly, contemplate how you'll respond to them. This ritual prepares your mind for what lies ahead and establishes an intentional framework for your day. Another powerful Stoic tool is negative visualization. Contrary to pessimistic thinking, this practice strengthens mental resilience by preparing us for adversity. Imagine potential obstacles, visualize worst-case scenarios, then strategize your response. This mental rehearsal builds remarkable focus during actual challenges. The Stoics also practiced mindful detachment, learning to disengage from external distractions and remain fully present in the current task. Marcus Aurelius frequently reminded himself to maintain focus, resist emotional reactions, and concentrate solely on what he could control. Implementation begins with morning reflection. Set clear intentions, incorporate brief mindfulness exercises, and watch your focus strengthen over time. If you're committed to developing unshakable concentration, comment, "I am focused and nothing will distract me." Together, we're building unbreakable minds. Number 6, the role of willpower in mental focus. Willpower serves as the unsung hero of sustained mental focus. While concentration represents a skill, willpower provides the fuel that maintains it, particularly when distractions, obstacles, or fatigue threaten to derail our progress. Conceptualize willpower as the mental muscle that keeps us on course despite countless competing demands. The encouraging news? Like any muscle, willpower strengthens with consistent exercise. However, we must recognize that willpower isn't infinite. It's a finite resource requiring careful management. The Stoics understood this profoundly. They didn't rely on brute willpower alone. They employed wisdom, strategy, and moderation. Stoic discipline wasn't about deprivation, but about intelligent energy allocation. Consider this. Without daily structure, we exhaust willpower on trivial decisions, checking phones, choosing meals, determining task order. These micro-decisions cumulatively drain mental energy. Marcus Aurelius exemplified this approach, maintaining discipline while practicing wisdom. If you want to strengthen willpower and safeguard focus, align daily actions with a meaningful purpose. Willpower resembles a muscle, requiring both exercise and recovery. Mental routines provide this training. If you're ready to fortify your willpower, comment, I have the will to stay focused. Simply embracing this mindset brings you closer to cognitive mastery. Let's transform willpower into habitual strength. Number 7. Dark psychology, using focus to control your emotions. We now venture into the intriguing realm of dark psychology, not to explore manipulation, but to understand emotions' powerful role in focus. Emotions represent some of our most potent forces. They can drive us forward or plunge us into chaos. The critical insight: when emotions control us, focus becomes impossible. We become reactive rather than proactive, passengers in our own minds. The Stoic approach revolutionizes this dynamic. They viewed emotions not as enemies to suppress, but as energies to harness. Consider anger, typically clouding judgment and prompting rash actions. But redirected, that intensity can drive exceptional productivity. Fear often paralyzes, but when focused into present-moment awareness, it can inform wise decisions. Sadness might deplete energy, yet focused reflection during such periods can yield profound growth. This is where psychological principles merge with Stoic wisdom. By learning to observe emotions without being controlled by them, we gain command over our focus and actions. The key lies in emotional awareness, recognizing feelings as they arise, then consciously choosing our response. Here's a practical technique. When overwhelmed by emotion, pause. Breathe deeply. Acknowledge the feeling without identifying with it. Create mental space between stimulus and response. In that space lies our power to choose. If you're ready to stop being emotionally hijacked, comment, "I control my emotions. They don't control me." Let's commit to emotional mastery together. Remember, focus unlocks potential, and emotional control provides the shortcut. Number 8. Practical exercises for developing unbreakable focus. We now turn to practical exercises for developing unbreakable focus. Like any skill, concentration requires regular training. The Pomodoro technique offers remarkable results through structured intervals. 25 minutes of intense focus, followed by 5-minute breaks. During focus periods, eliminate all distractions. This method systematically builds concentration stamina. Mindful breathing serves as another powerful tool, especially during stress. Practice the 4-4-6 technique. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 6. This practice reduces stress and sharpens focus remarkably, and can be used anywhere to reset mental state. Visualization represents a third potent exercise. Before tasks, vividly imagine yourself executing them with perfect focus. Picture each step and the successful outcome. This mental rehearsal primes your brain for actual performance. Finally, adopt the Stoic practice of daily journaling. Each evening, reflect on what worked, where focus lapsed, and how to improve. This builds crucial metacognitive awareness. If you're committed to developing unbreakable focus, comment, "I am training my mind to stay focused." Let's cultivate this discipline together, one exercise at a time. We've covered substantial ground today. Now comes the critical phase: implementation. The path to an unbreakable mind begins with mental focus, cultivated through daily practice, emotional regulation, and Stoic principles. By applying what we've discussed, morning reflection, negative visualization, mindful detachment, willpower management, emotional mastery, and practical exercises, you'll notice your focus intensifying daily. However, focus alone proves insufficient. Lasting transformation requires discipline and consistency. Thank you for your attention. Now begins your training. Until next time, remember, stay focused, stay disciplined, and forge an unbreakable mind. And one last thing, I want you to leave a comment below with this empowering phrase: "I control my focus, and my focus shapes my destiny." Let that phrase remind you daily that your focus is the key to mastering your life. And remember, stay focused, stay disciplined, and let your mind become unbreakable. Keep practicing Stoicism and keep making your mind your greatest strength. What are your views on this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I will personally read all of your comments. And if you seriously want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Stay strong. Until next time.